The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Many years ago, Erev Shvi'i Shel Pesach, my daughter and I was swimming in the ocean in Mexico, on a Pesach program. We'd gone with the family a little bit away from the beach. We didn't want to be, everyone was there, maybe less appropriate for a rabbi and his family. So we went all the way to the right, in between these two hotels. We had this whole open space for ourselves. We went swimming, and all of a sudden I saw that my daughter was getting pulled into the water. And I saw that even though she was swimming far, my wife said, "Tell her to come back." I told her to come back. She starts swimming to the shore, but she's swimming towards the shore, but she's moving the opposite way. So I knew I had to make a decision, either to run to get help, or to swim after her. I swam after her. I try to calm her down, explain to her we're going to swim the sideways, right? You swim perpendicular to the shore and then you come back until you're out of it. I explained to her we're going to do that, but the undertow was so strong, it kept pulling us down. Every time you get hit by a wave, you get smashed down. You try and come up, for a second you get smashed down again, and you're swimming as fast as you can, and the panic takes over, and you're flailing your arms, and as this is happening, you're getting, more and more panic. You have less and less to breathe. And she started panicking. She grabbed me around my shoulders, around my neck. She's trying to stay up also. I realized that we're not going to make it if we're in this situation for any much longer. I managed to pull myself up over the water and scream to my wife to yell for help, go for help. And this is the situation that we're in. They come running from both sides, from both hotels. They come running towards us. And thank God we managed to stay up enough that they got to us in time. And they took us with those orange things, Baruch Hashem, to the shore. I make a Seudat Hoda'ah, usually, Erev Shvi'i Shel Pesach, for that reason. We get to the beach. My daughter sits down on the ground. We're like, after 2 seconds, she stops. I still remember the Mexican guy who saved us, asked her if she wanted some tequila. She was underage in all countries. As soon as she breathed for 1 minute, 1 second, caught her breath, I stood her up and I walked back with her into the ocean. Because if you don't walk back into the ocean, then your fear of the ocean will exist forever. Ve'achar kach ba'u, and after that your sons came and they walked back into the temple that had been defiled. They walked back into the place where the entire rebellion had started with Matityahu, where their father was forced to sacrifice a pig on the Mizbeach in the Beit HaMikdash. And instead of sacrificing a pig, he took out the knife of the Shechitah and he started the war and he killed the commander that had killed so many Jews, that was trying to add insult to injury. And with that moment, the Mila Shem Elai moment, the Micha Mocha Ba'elim Amunai moment, the Maccabi moment, Micha Mocha Ba'elim Hashem, who is like you amongst the mighty, O God. With that moment, the rebellion was born, and their freedom was won. But you think about the bodies littering the courtyard of the Beit HaMikdash. You think about the tragedies that took place there. And what's the first thing they do after the war? After that, your children came in and they cleaned your hechal. The question I ask to every person who is listening to this, here or otherwise, is what is your response to tragedy? Is it a Chanukah response to trauma? You rested on the 25th. Tell me what you did on the 26th. What are you going to do? What are you going to respond? We have the capacity to do unbelievable things, to rebuild, to recover, and to move on.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org